Hi there. So our program is loaded. According to the simulator, it's going to be about 15 minutes a run. So each run, we're going to have to set our 0 for our z-axis to be whatever the highest peg is. In this case, it's this one. So we did hit 3 pegs, which is good. The cut's going pretty well. I think we'll adjust this program, add about, 25% to the speed, and we'll do it again. So that went better. We hit all of them that time. Still need some changes, so I'm gonna probably see if I can double that speed. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not gonna put all that on video. So with every row, our Z starts out at a different height. So once we get all these done, we'll do another run where 0 will be the same for all of them. And what I'm hoping to see when I'm done is a physical representation of these numbers. I shot these earlier today, and according to what I'm seeing here, if we have 0 over here at the left side of the table, it looks like we're up 3/4 of a mil that way, and we're going down over 1.5 mil by the time you get to the other side. So if those numbers are real, we should see that in the length of the pegs. So I'll bring you back when we're there. And we're back. I say it like that because today is probably a good week since the last video. We do have our pegs down to the deck. We even got a little aggressive there, but that's okay. We're going to mill the top anyway. The problem was that this machine just wasn't ready to do the kind of work we were doing. I mentioned that earlier. And one thing I discovered is that the bearings were really tweaked and not happy, and I pretty much had to lift this entire gantry and shim it up. You can see the shims. That took quite a while, but it was totally worth it. We're much better off now. Before we move on to the deck, I have a side project that I want to do tonight. So we have a 1/4 inch luan here, and I've cut pieces for the bottom, for the sides, and for the front, including the other side and the back. So here's the plan. We have a bunch of magnets. We have big ones and small ones. And what we're going to do is, let me grab one. So we're going to mill just some pockets to put these magnets in. And these magnets will attach to the metal frame here. So it'll be easy to remove these panels if they're ever in my way. Pretty simple. We'll just jump right into it. Compared to what we did with this deck, this job should be a breeze. We just have a simple line we're going to line the edge with. We don't have to worry about registration. Even there's very little we need to concern ourselves with. All we really need is a pocket to glue in these magnets. And seeing how these are going to be laying on the bottom over here, I'm thinking we can get away with these small magnets. The good news is we can make use of our new clamping system. Basically, you just grab a nearby screw, whatever happens to be near what it is you're trying to clamp, like so. Drop your clamp down. That's all there is to it. Boom. Done. Okay, the G-code is ready. We're going to do 4 at a time. We'll do a test fit with these. If they work, we will bang them out. So we're making a mess. That must be progress. In hindsight, I'm glad we started with the horizontal board first, because these tiny magnets, even doubled up, just really aren't doing much. These are the side panels with the much bigger magnets. These work pretty good. I finished the magnetic skirts this morning and they work fantastic, as you can see. You just snap right in. And we've started to face the board. This is our first 0.5 mil, and it may not show, but we just basically got this area, which confirms the numbers I was getting with the dial indicator. Those skirts make a big difference. It really shapes up the machine. So we're going to go down into the 0.5 mil. We're going to give our vac shoe another chance. Seeing as how we're only going to go down 0.5 mil, I don't expect it to fall apart like it did last time. Okay, more progress. We've got just the corner here to skim, and there's another touch down there. You can see the scribble marks. That tells you where the bit hasn't cut yet, and that area in the back we're going to cut off when we're done. But we have to fix an issue before we can do the last skim. You can see this pattern right here. If you get you right in on that, and that's coming from the bit not being parallel with the surface. So basically this is exaggerated, but we're cutting like this instead of like this. So in order to do that, we're going to need to tram this spindle. And the way you do that is with what's called a tramming bar, which hangs off the side, and that allows you to get the spindle parallel, or at right angles to the z-axis. I don't have one, so we're going to have to make one. And here's the tram bar we're going to make. So basically this bit will go into here, and we'll insert that into the spindle, and then we're going to hang this dial indicator off the end, and that will give us our tram bar. So we're going to do it in a few operations. The first one being we're going to cut out a profile of this tram bar with some nice hard redwood, and then we're going to do some work on a jig and do some pocketing and some profiling, so that we can insert this into the jig, and then we'll cut our hole and then do a little facing. That should be it. And we're back. And again, I say it like that because it's been a couple weeks since the footage you probably were just looking at. But the spoil board is done. Came out beautiful. We have the back cut, so that's good to go. And again, just like last time, I was working with the gantry again, the right side in particular. Basically, I had to square up the gantry so I could cut the back, and I discovered a few more issues I had to deal with, so I didn't shoot video of that because it would have taken me forever. Eventually, I will have to square this gantry again, so I'll show you how that's done when the time comes. But the only thing left to do is make a zero touch-off plate for the Z-axis, mount the VFD, get the VFD working with the control software, and hopefully we can start making stuff, which is why we went through all this effort in the first place. So going forward, there'll be a few more Saturn 4x4 videos, and I'm hoping to mix in a few projects in between that. And we'll take it from there. So, thanks for watching.